We now go to Texas Southern, head coach Clarence McKinney. You see that we have Coach with us. Coach, first off, I appreciate your patience. I know we're behind schedule, but if you would please start us out with an opening statement recapping your team's past week's action.
Tough loss versus Prairie View University in the Labor Day Classic. Thought it was an evenly game. Game could have gone either way. In the end, I feel like we turned the ball over a couple more times than what they did. Was the difference in the game. And also defensively, we didn't get the stops that we needed when we needed them. But overall, I think it was a well-played game. We just didn't finish it at the end.
We'll now open up for questions. First question goes to Dr. Cavill.
This is Kenyatta Cavill, Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. This is the matchup that featured some of the top quarterbacks coming into the game, particularly Andrew Body. What was your thoughts in terms of his overall play? Had 3 big touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I know all of them weren't necessarily on him, and sometimes the fans don't necessarily see that in tape. But what were your thoughts in terms of his leadership and his performance?
I think he's a great leader. He led our team. You know, we started the game really well. He played well both with his arm and with his legs. It's just unfortunate that, you know, a couple turnovers here and there that some were his fault, some were not his fault, and it cost us the game. But I think overall, you know, he's playing at a high level, and he's playing at the level that we need him to play at in order for us to be successful.
Follow-up question is just about whether it's offense or defense. What were some other key players that really stood out in terms of this game that we can continue to look forward to as the season progresses?
Defensively, I would say Jacob Williams played extremely well. I believe he had something like 13 tackles and 3 sacks. I mean, if he can continue at that pace, he's going to have a great year. And then you got guys like Vera Montez Pippins, Mike Akins, who continue to play hard and against the run as well as the pass up front on our D-line. Those guys played extremely well. And then offensively, Quay Davis, transferred from Jackson State, had about 7 catches for a little over 100 yards and a touchdown. And I think if those guys continue to play at that level, the sky's the limit for this team.
Thank you, Coach. Look forward to the matchup this week.
Next question goes to James Hill.
Hey, Coach, I hope you and everybody in Houston are well. Just talk a little bit about moving forward. You'll get an opportunity to go to Toledo and what that can look like. Again, the conversation of PWIs and HBCUs, and it's just a football game, but what do you see going in?
You're muted, Coach.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. As I was saying, I think there's an opportunity for our team to get better. You know, anytime you get a chance to play, you want to improve upon the previous week. Although we're playing against a really tough opponent who just went into the Big Ten and almost beat an Illinois team. They're the returning MAC champion, so it's a tall task for us. But we're looking forward to it and looking forward to going up to Toledo and representing the SWAC well.
Coach, Andrew is a guy with a lot of upside. He can throw it around and he can play. Just talk a little bit about your quarterback, and this is a great opportunity for a lot of people to see him who may not have seen him so far.
Yeah, it gives him an opportunity to showcase his talent, but it gives our team an opportunity to represent our league and show that we're a quality football league and we can go out and compete at any level. I think Andrew is going to be excited about the opportunity to play against a group of 5 team, group of 5 program that's one of the top group of 5 programs around in the country, and our team is going to be ready to go.
Thank you, sir. Have a good week.
Thank you. You do the same.
Next question goes to Mason Smith.
Good afternoon, Coach McKinney. Of course, it wasn't the result that you wanted, but speak about the fact that it was a conference game. Obviously, you always want to start well in conference. What does that change for you that, after this game, you're already kind of on the wrong foot when it comes to the conference record?
Well, it doesn't change anything for us. We're focused on the next week. The next game is the most important game, and there's nothing we can do about what happened last week except just continue to play and hope that some other things happen in our league that puts us in position at the end. We've been in this situation before, but we can't look too far ahead. We can only look to the next game, and we want to improve each week and just become a better football team.
And I talked to you during media day about how you played against UTSA last year. You have another chance to play another good group of 5 school in Toledo. Not only in just the HBCU landscape, but how does it feel to kind of put Texas Southern football on the map, on the national landscape, like the previous question said?
Yeah, well, we don't look at our opponent as being a FCS, FBS. They're just our opponent, and what we've got to do is go out and execute. Whether that's offense, defense, or special teams, we've got to go out and execute our game plan. We trust that our coaches put together a winning game plan, and the players got to go out there and execute the game plan. And what happens at the end of the day. Hopefully, we'll come out on top.
Next question goes to Terrence Harris.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
How's it going, Terrence?
All right. Hey, you mentioned Jacob as having an outstanding game. I want to talk to you just a little bit about what he means to your defense and what he could mean as the season progresses.
Yeah, he's the leader of our defense. We lost him last year. He missed the second half of the season, and our defense didn't play as well as they did while he was there. And we're fortunate enough to be able to have him back. He's the leader of the defense. He's our leading tackler. I mean, we ask him to do a lot of things, from getting our guys lined up to stopping the run to rushing the passer. And he's a special talent, and we're excited to have him back. And we love watching him play ball and do his thing. He plays at a high level.
Okay. And then kind of as a follow-up to that is, what do you feel like he does well? What makes him a special linebacker for you guys?
For this day and age of football, he's the perfect linebacker versus spread offenses, and he passer. He can drop in the coverage. He really can just do it. A big kid. He's just an athletic, talented kid that he understands the game. He does a tremendous amount of puts in a tremendous amount of film work as far as studying his opponent, and he's a smart football player.
Okay. And then finally, I know you have a new defensive coordinator in. Has his role in the defense changed at all, or is it pretty much what it's been in terms of responsibility and that sort of thing?
His role changed? I think his role has changed from being the will linebacker who, was getting lined up to become the Mike linebacker who has to line people up. And so, yeah, his role has changed from more of a soldier to a leader.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
We got time for one quick question. We'll send it to Michael Jefferson.
Good afternoon, Coach. This is Michael Jefferson with Block Sports. In this game, the game pretty much went back and forth, but you found some openings in the second and third quarter in terms of your offense that really changed the landscape of the game. But in the fourth quarter, unfortunately, you were not able to score. What can you do to change that in the future to make sure that you can continue to lock down the defense as well as continue to score?
I think we just got to execute and finish drives. There was a crucial penalty there in the fourth quarter that killed our momentum, and you know, you can't do those things. You can't have personal foul penalties that'll kill drives and get you off schedule offensively. We feel like if we can stay on schedule, we're pretty hard to stop.
Coach, we sincerely appreciate your time. Look forward to speaking again next week.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.